The race for New Jersey governor getting tighter with the start of early voting just days away now. Republican Jack Ciattarelli closing in on Democrat Mikey Sherrill. Let's bring in the panel for more on this. T.W. O'Reilly, former National Press Secretary for the National Republican Senatorial Committee, and Dan Cannon, former Battleground State Director for the Harris-Walz campaign. So the Democrats are bringing out the big guns for Mikey Sherrill. She's got the endorsement of Barack Obama.
She does.
She was campaigning with Wes Moore, Gretchen Whitmer, Senator Andy Kim, DNC Chairman Ken Martin, which can only mean one thing. Democrats are pretty worried about this race.
Oh, I think Democrats feel good about this race, John. Look, I think New Jersey was going to be a close race, and we saw a lot of the shift that happened nationally in 2024, like this big 6.1% shift left to right from 2020 to 2024. New Jersey was one of those places where the shift was most pronounced. There are counties that looked very similar to Pennsylvania that moved by 15 points. But I think Mikey Sherrill's run a great race. It's been focused on cost and affordability. I think her message on health care, on the premiums, on infrastructure has been really sound. And I think what you're seeing is a strong investment from the Democratic leaders. Ken Martin put $3 million into this early on, and they want to prove out that investment with a big win.
So here's what the polls are showing. September, it was 50-42, according to a Fox News poll in favor of Sherrill. Now it's 50-45. Still outside the margin of error, but she's lost a lot of ground on trust, 4 points in September. She's slipped 1 point in favorability. Ciattarelli has gained 2. Where would you say this race is, particularly when the results of the last race in 2021 undercounted Ciattarelli by about 6 points?
Yeah, massively, and he's in better shape now than he was then. But this goes to a bigger problem. The Democratic brand is in tatters. That's part of the reason this is so tight. Look, New Jersey, yes, Donald Trump lost there by only 5 points. But look what's going on the ground with voter registration. We are just a few weeks away from Election Day. The Democrats in New Jersey lost voters last month. The Republican Party has been gaining voters consistently this entire campaign. It's a message problem the Democrats have, broadly speaking, and it's a brand problem. Mikey Sherrill is suffering from that. Jack Ciattarelli is in very good position to win this race, and I believe he will.
All right, I want to ask you what's going on in Maine, because Graham Plattner is running for the Senate seat up there. Democrats thought that they had a great candidate, somebody who appealed to young men, somebody who appealed to working class voters, and then the internet history started to come out. His media posts, most of them on Reddit. Here's a sampling. He says, "I got older and became a communist." He said, "If people expect to fight fascism without a good semi-automatic rifle, they ought to do some reading of history." A Reddit user wrote, "Bastards, cops are bastards." Plattner replied, "All of them, in fact." He was talking about rape in the military. He said, "How about people just take some responsibility for themselves and not get so effed up that they wind up having sex with someone they don't mean to?" A Reddit thread said, "White people aren't as racist or stupid as Trump thinks." Plattner replies, "Living in white rural America, I'm afraid to tell you they actually are." He apologized. He says that it was his military service coming out of wars in Iraq and Afghanistan that led to his state of mind. Democratic Chairman Ken Martin has said it's bad, but not disqualifying. What do you say?
I think it's a great time for a primary, John. Look, a lot of Democrats were excited about a candidate who was younger and who could speak directly to working class voters and had this authentic feel to them and struck a tone that was populist in much of the way that Donald Trump does. And there is sort of this middle 60% of the country that's not necessarily a Democrat or Republican, but wants someone to work for them. And Trump tapped into that well. Democrats are trying to find a way to tap into that. Plattner looked like he could do it. But we'll see how that plays out in this campaign. Janet Mills, an older candidate, obviously, but someone who really, really fits Maine. We'll see.
Right. What do you think about what we saw here, particularly this allusion to violence, after what we heard from Jay Jones and what we have seen going on in America?
Both those instances are inexcusable, and they are disqualifying. It's shocking to hear that.
So why would Ken Martin say they're not?
I don't know. I think it's because he wants a candidate that's going to be competitive. But my guess is there's more out there if there's that. The Oppo file on this man's huge. And at the end of the day, after the two Democrats beat each other up, Susan Collins will remain the senator from Maine.
Right. Is saying that this is all attributed to PTS after coming back from overseas, does that explain for him?
We'll see.
Does that do it for you?
It doesn't yet for me, but I think this is why you have a primary.
Right. Okay. We got to go, gentlemen, but thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.